for Denny's 90th birthday party, and I think he's doing very well, don't you think?
Yay!
And I want to, from my heart, say that I believe that part of the reason he's doing as well as he is because of everyone in the room. And you've made him laugh.
L'chaim.
Yeah,
L'chaim.
you've laughed with him, you've joked with him, you've prayed for him wherever Gina is, you've sent him get well wishes and cards, and where's Gina?
Right here.
You know, so the funniest thing, she says, every day she'd say she's praying for him, and he's like, Jesus Christ, she's praying for me. I'm like, we're the heathens, you have to realize. So I said, well, that's the nicest thing. But anyway, I love this man. I've known him for over 15 years. I know people think I'm, of course, his trophy wife, which I am. And anyway, I am. Well, we met about 15 years ago at the Olympic Resort Hotel, which had a swimming pool for me and a weight room for him. And on the pool deck was a great big jacuzzi. And after we would work out, all of us would meet in this jacuzzi, and this guy just absolutely cracked me up. I was just like, oh my gosh, the stories, the names from North Dakota that sound like, what's the show?
Fargo.
No, it's not Fargo.
Fluga,
I was
fluga,
thinking the one
fluga.
with Betty White. Golden Girls. Yeah, all those names are, you know, from, and anyway, I just loved his stories. And we would talk off and on, and years went by. I was busy with my family, he busy with his things. And finally, at one point I thought, well, I'm on my own, and he's on his own, and so here's his part of the story. So, here we go.
Okay, well, we'd hang around the jacuzzi, and it got to be a kind of a social event, and we talking, and we enjoyed each other, and other people there too. It was a big outdoor jacuzzi. And so Jan says to me one day, she says, well, she says, do you ever go to movies or like to go out to dinner or anything? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, what do you think if we don't go? And I said, hey, I'm all for it, kid.
But the funniest thing was, for me it was, hey Denny, would you like to go to dinner or a movie sometime? And for me it was, hey Denny, would you like to go to a movie sometime? And to him it was, Jesus Christ, she asked me out! Almost 20 hours. Sorry, Gene, I told you there'd be cussing. But anyway, we did. We started going out a little bit and get to know each other. And then, anyway, I joined Tri-City just after they opened. And he was over at Pure Fitness across the street. And I said, oh, Denny, please, you have to make it over to Tri-City. It's the nicest group of people. You're on your own, I'm on my own, and it's just so fun. So I got him over there, and I know he's really glad we did. And a little bit about him that you don't know. I know in the tub, he calls it, you hear about World War II, you hear about, oh, I don't know, other stuff, read what he reads, and other gossipy stuff, or the Padres. But this man's traveled the world. He's been all over the world, and when he travels, it's not like, let's go for a couple of weeks and take a tour. He goes for months and months, buys a car. You've been to Europe 9 times?
Yeah.
9 times, all over Scandinavia, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. I mean, it's a trip, like an unbelievable trip. So about a month or so ago, I said, I've got 10 days, Denny. Would you like to go up and see Roger, wherever Roger is, and see Ken and Linda? And he goes, oh no, not really. And I thought he wasn't feeling well. And he goes, that's not enough time. And I'm like, I don't have more than 10 days. So we didn't make that trip, but we will.
Oh, yeah.
And he's extremely well read. He reads voraciously every night. You wonder how I know, right? And
How do you know?
do I know? He holds, he holds a book. It's the funniest thing. I mean, I can't believe how he does this, but he goes to bed and he holds a book like this, and he reads, and he reads. And I mean, he holds that position at least 20 minutes, and he doesn't shake. And I don't know whether he locks his elbows like a horse locks their knees, or I just have no idea. But anyway, he reads. He's really a historian, and he's had the most fantastic jobs. I mean, over the years, every month it seemed like he had another job, sales job to the list of things he'd done. You probably know that he was a milkman in Santa Barbara for years. He supported his family, lived on the beach in Carpinteria, and every afternoon got off at 3 o'clock, grabbed his wife, and they went body surfing.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? And he worked for Hadley's Orchards as a wine
tasting room.
wine tasting room. And he worked for the Wild Animal Park for 10 years doing their, you gotta help me, warehouse.
Well, I was food service warehouse, and I was the buyer for all catered events and the
See, these are things I really
restaurants and
didn't
so
know.
forth.